Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's predictions video for this weekend's Money in the Bank. And I've got to tell you, I'm really excited for this show because, I don't know, the closer we're getting to it, the more uncertain I'm getting about who's winning. I felt pretty confident about Tiffany or Lyra winning the women's Money in the Bank. Felt pretty good about that for quite a while. But I felt that Jey Uso was nailed on to win Money in the Bank. I thought it was an absolute no-brainer that Jey Uso was going to win it. They seem to be really behind him. They're really building him up. And, you know, I mean, he started Raw this week with that massive entrance. Jey Uso just feels like the guy. Yeet in the Bank just feels like the play. So Jey is the one that's been in my mind, but the closer we're getting, the more I'm hearing that things like this. This is from Bet Online, WrestleMania reporting that as of right now, it's actually Tiffany and Drew McIntyre who are the current favorites. Now, Drew is someone that I wouldn't have win Money in the Bank. I do like what was mentioned the other day. I think it was Watson that mentioned on our live stream that Drew winning would be fun because he's always said that it's a cheap way to win. You know, he had a go at Damian Priest for cashing in on him, saying that it was cheap and it was low. So the irony of him winning Money in the Bank and then going on to cash in and become champion that way, the irony of that would be quite fun. But for me, that's not a good enough reason to go down that road. I always feel like Money in the Bank is at its best when a mid-carder gets it. This is a way of elevating a mid-carder. I just feel like Drew's going to get opportunity. I just feel like he's going to get chances to win titles. But what about Sami? What about Sami Zayn? When is Sami going to get an opportunity? When's LA Knight going to get another opportunity? He had one against Roman, but we all knew he wasn't going to stand a chance of winning that. So when does LA Knight get to that world title? Like, Money in the Bank elevates those people that just don't seem to be able to get to those championship opportunities. Don't forget, Drew was in a championship match at WrestleMania. He was in a championship match at Clash at the Castle. Like, he is always around those world titles. This would just feel like a bit of a waste to me. And the only plus side is that he gets to do something that he's kind of said is a bit cheap when others have done it. Like, it's not much of an upside. But I do agree the irony there is interesting, juicy, but not a reason to go in that direction. But yeah, let's kind of walk through the cards and let's see where we go. Drew is the favorite, and I do have the full odds for the whole card, and we'll look at those right at the end. So coming up, let's start with the women's. I've kind of already shown my hand on this one. I think that it's either Tiffany or Lyra. I think that Io does stand a chance as well. She's someone I think they want to keep investing in. I know that she was champion, and maybe it's time to give other people a bit of a shine, but I feel like Io is someone that they still really want to support. Naomi would not be a bad option. You know, when she went away, she really built up her credibility in TNA. I think that break was good for her, and I think that her winning would be received very well. Zoey is one for the future. Chelsea would be just fun, to be honest. So you could probably make an argument for all of the women, but I agree. For me, it's between Lyra and Tiffany. If they're saying Tiffany is the favorite, Tiffy in the Bank, I can definitely go with that. So Tiffany will be the pick for this one. Then we've got this. So this is Sami and Bron for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to go with Bron on this. I'm going to go with Sami losing. I think Bron gets the Intercontinental Championship. I think he is the right person to pass this belt on to. We're in Canada. We could have disappointment here. It could be that Sami is defeated in Canada. He's down on his luck. And Bron Breakker gets the Intercontinental Championship. But that might not be the last that we see of Sami Zayn on this show. So I'm going to go Bron Breakker wins, beats Sami, becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. Then we've got Bloodline against Cody and Randy and Kevin. I think this is pretty straightforward. I think the Bloodline have to win. I think that there is a chance that the Bloodline win. They beat down on the faces, and maybe Jimmy comes back on this show. Maybe. I don't know that he will, but I do expect him to return and kind of help the faces. I could definitely see at SummerSlam Solo versus Cody. Then we get Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu taking on Jimmy Uso, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. That would be a great way of getting all of those people onto the card. So I could see Jimmy coming back and inserting himself into that feud. But I don't know that it happens here. Here, I do expect the Bloodline to win. I do expect Solo to get the pin. I think he pins Cody. I think that sets up Cody Solo for SummerSlam. I think that we're going to keep building and investing in Solo and building and investing in this new Bloodline as we head towards SummerSlam. And obviously SummerSlam, that could be where we see Roman Reigns likely to return at SummerSlam. Not expecting him to return this weekend. Haven't heard any word or rumor that he's going to be there this weekend. So that's kind of how I see this playing out. I think this sets up SummerSlam. Then we've got our World Heavyweight Championship match. This is Damian versus Seth. A little bit tricky, this one, because I think that there is a person looming large over this match, and that person is the Ring General, Gunther. Gunther looms large over this because we know the winner will face Gunther at SummerSlam, and I really think Gunther's winning. So are we going to put the belt on Seth and then have him drop it to Gunther just a month later? Or do we just keep going with Damian Priest? I think we keep going with Damian Priest. I also think, if you look at the stipulations, they're not very even. So if Seth loses, he can't challenge for the title again whilst Damian has it. Well, I don't think Damian has it past SummerSlam. So, I don't think that that's going to be much of a problem for Seth. It's just going to be an inconvenience for like a month. But the other side, if Seth wins, not only does he become champion, but Damian has to leave Judgment Day forever. So it feels like really lopsided to me with the stipulation. So for that reason as well, I think that Damian wins, because I don't think this is going to be how he leaves Judgment Day. And I don't think we're going to put the belt on Seth so that he can have it just for a month. So I'm going to go with Damian winning. Maybe he wins because Judgment Day interfere, right? And maybe that upsets Damian. And maybe that really just adds to the tension. There's already tension in Judgment Day. A lot of people are thinking this is maybe where Finn is going to cost Damian, and we could go down those roads, because then we would end up with Damian versus Finn at SummerSlam. We would end up with Seth versus Gunther, and that's a pretty good looking card. But for the reasons that I've stated, I don't know that we're going to go that way. I don't know that this is how we get Damian out of Judgment Day. I don't know that we're going to put the belt on Seth for just a month. There's no guarantee Gunther wins, but I would have him as firm favourite to win. So I'm leaning Damian retains. Then we get this match. This is our, I'm guessing our main event. This is going to be, obviously, the men's Money in the Bank. This is the one that I think a lot of people are speculating over. For me, I'm stunned. I mean, for me, there's two people here I expect to win. Well, one, really, and that would be Jey Uso or Sami Zayn, right? Those are the two I would expect to win. Now, this is probably wishful thinking on my part, and that's fine, but I think the Wyatt Six will take Chad out the match. I don't know they attack during the match or if they attack him before the match, but if they attack him before the match, then we could have a vacancy. The defeated Sami Zayn could find himself getting an opportunity being inserted into this. Maybe Bron wins and it was a bit of a screwy finish. Maybe we can use that as a way of Adam Pearce going, listen, this is what I can do for you. There's an opening. You can go into the Money in the Bank match. And so he goes in and he replaces Chad. We're in Canada. We're in Toronto. That place will go bananas if Sami wins Money in the Bank. And Sami has been on the main roster for so long. Sami has been on the main roster, and has not had any world titles. He's not, apart from that one time where he obviously went against Roman, he's never even really come close to becoming world champion. He's had the odd championship match, but Sami really feels like someone that we're really struggling for whatever reason to get back into that main event picture. I would love for him to be a world champion, even if it was just once. So if we've got to give him Money in the Bank for him to get there, and we're in Canada, then let's do it. Let's do it. But I just can't see past Jay. They're just so behind. Jay feels like too soon for Carmelo. Doesn't feel like we've built up Andrade. LA Knight feels like he's going to go on to face for the United States belt. Chad, I think, gets taken out of the match. Drew is in a feud with CM Punk, and plus he'll get future opportunities. He doesn't need it. Jay, I think he'll get sucked into a Bloodline feud, but he could have the briefcase at the same time. I wouldn't be down on him winning. In fairness, I wouldn't be down on any of these. Apart from Drew, I really don't want Drew. I feel like it would be a waste to give it to Drew. LA Knight can't get these opportunities. Give him the briefcase. Carmelo Hayes is a hot young prospect. Give him the briefcase. Andrade, so brilliant that he's back. Give him the briefcase. Jey Uso, someone that has been and worked in WWE for so long now, done such amazing work. Give him this moment. Give Sami this moment. I just don't think Drew needs it. I really don't think he needs it. We're talking about someone that competed for the world title at WrestleMania. And has competed for world titles at 2 Clash at the Castles. There's every reason to think he'll get another opportunity in the future as well. So that's the direction I hope they don't go. But as you heard, he is the favorite. Rhea coming back, not expecting to see Rhea. There's no Liv on this card. There's no Dominic on this card, so not expecting Rhea here. CM Punk, I think there is a chance he gets involved and costs Drew. So Drew is not my pick, right? He's the one that people are saying is going to win, but I think CM Punk could interfere in this match. I could see Drew climbing the ladder just as CM Punk grabs the ladder and pushes it over. A lot of people are hoping we see AJ Lee coming in and doing it on CM Punk's behalf, which would be an incredible moment, and it wouldn't require her to take a bump, so it would be amazing. And we know that he stole that bracelet that had AJ and Larry on it. It's got people talking. Could we see AJ? We could. I feel like it's probably 55-45% towards no, just because is this where you're going to bring AJ Lee back in this match, in this moment? Storyline, it works, and it is a premium live event, but she's such a big star. She feels like she should be coming back at, say, SummerSlam, you know? It feels like it should be in front of a stadium full of people rather than an arena full of people, so I'm probably just leaning that it won't be her that we see, but it could be. It could be. Don't expect Roman. Wyatt 6, I think, will have a presence on the show. I think they deal with Chads. And as we said, that might open the door for Sami. So, few thoughts there, things to mull over. Let's have a look, shall we, at the odds. So here you can see firm favourite. Look, minus 250. And actually, this is so weird. Jey Uso at plus 1100s. He's my favourite to win it. That just seems crazy. I mean, these aren't quite in order because you can see Carmelo's plus 6,000, so that he should have been a bit lower. But they've got Chad Gable more likely to win than Jey Uso. Have I missed something? Andrade more likely to win than Jey Uso. I don't understand. Jey Uso's got such a big entrance. We've so invested in Jey Uso. Him, like how Yeet in the Bank. mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? It just writes itself. Like, he feels like a firm favorite to me. So I'm shocked by these. I really am. But look, they've got Drew minus 250 as favorite. Then it's Andrade next. Then it's LA Knight. Then it's Chad. Then it's Jay. Outsider is Carmelo Hayes. The bigger the plus number, the more of an outsider they are. The bigger the minus number, the more of a favorite they are. So they've got Drew as favorite. They've got Andrade as second favorite. It doesn't make any sense. Let's have a look at this one, see if this makes more sense. They've got Tiffany as favorite. I can go with that. Zoey Stark, I wouldn't have had her above Lyra, personally. But they've got Zoey, then they've got Lyra, then they've got Io, then they've got Chelsea, then they've got Naomi. I don't mind that too much. I would switch them two. I don't even know if I'd put Io above Zoey, but I would definitely switch those two around. So that one doesn't look as confusing. They've got Bron Breakker at minus 130, Sami at minus 110, so very, very close. But again, the bigger the minus number, the more the person's the favorite. So 130 is bigger than 110, so Bron is just by a hair's breadth the favorite over Sami there. And then, yeah, I agree with this. That Bloodline minus 450, Cody, Randy, and Kevin at plus 275. I agree with that. Bloodline favorites. And then Damian is favorite at minus 250. Seth Rollins at plus 170. I agree with that as well. So to be honest, not really down on anything here, with the exception of this, which is just so random to me, so out of sync with what I'm thinking. My official pick will be either Jey Uso or Sami Zayn. But honestly, I mean, I've got to be expecting Drew now, because considering that these odds are out and, you know, this is what people are saying. So, yeah, there we go. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. We will do a video on this channel where we actually get your thoughts about Money in the Bank, what you think is going to happen. We'll be doing that in a couple of days' time. We'll be doing that on Friday. So keep your eyes peeled. If you go over to Wrestling Daze YT on Twitter, keep your eyes peeled, because I'll be asking for your feedback over there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, we will be live for Money in the Bank on the Wrestling Days channel hours before it starts. So looking forward to that. But thanks for watching this. Appreciate the support. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.